What's the connection between self-worth and success? Hi everybody, I'm Coach Karen, Master Executive Coach, and I'm back with a new video for you, a very short one, hopefully, in which I can talk to you about the critical importance of continually working on your self-worth so that you can lead and rise in business. If you have found setting boundaries hard, standing up for yourself, asking for what you're worth, or just telling people the honest truth when you're delivering feedback or important criticism, please watch this short training video. It's for you. Right off the bat, let me tell you, you are in very good company. Most people struggle enormously with self-worth, and frankly, I have yet to meet the exception to the universe here. And I do too. Self-worth work is lifelong work, and sometimes it's hard work. For instance, lately, I found myself struggling more than usual with setting boundaries. Why, just in the last couple of months, I noted a couple of incidents where I proved myself to still have the spine of a gummy worm. I said yes to a coffee with an old high school classmate, even though I didn't want to go and it's been 30 years. I didn't want to tell a friend that flaking on me was not okay, especially not for the third time. I almost gave a client a second break after they didn't show up and didn't do their homework. Until one day I realized we got to draw the line. And that brings me to today's question. Why is setting boundaries so hard? It's because holding up our worth is hard. And that's because when we do that, we risk not being like when we say no to the things we don't want to do or to the things we absolutely must say no to. That's the link between success and self-worth. However, the more you do this, the more you don't enforce boundaries because you fear real consequences, the more you will end up with the opposite of success. Now, you may not say no as much as you'd like to because you're worried about the nagging from the partner or because the tantrums from the kids or because the tantrums from the team. But without real boundaries, you're actually doing them much, much more harm. Because you're afraid of getting canceled is not a good reason to not tell people the truth. I usually find that my coaching clients who struggle with boundaries at work are very judgmental about the people who do set them. They consider them not as dedicated to their jobs, or maybe even as arrogant. One of them even said to me, "Who am I to do this, Gwyneth Paltrow?" Now that was funny, but the fact is this judgment makes it very difficult for us to send our boundaries because when we set our boundaries, we think of ourselves as the bad person. And all boundaries are delineations that allow you to succeed properly and to tell the truth. When we don't feel our fullness of our worth, we make our boundaries pretty lax and we compromise a lot. And this ends you up with a reality that kind of looks like a life that other people should live and not the life you want to live. And you know through Bronnie Ware's masterful tome, The 5 Regrets of the Dying, that the number one most common regret was, I wish I had lived more authentically to myself. So hopefully, if you're ready to ask for more and to be a better leader, you will work on improving your boundaries and truly knowing your worth. And what can you do about that? Well, I have 3 important tips for you. Tip number 1, be clear on what you do want and what you don't want. Get honest. Honesty is the only way up, and it's always worth it. As Brené Brown says, clear is kind. Number 2, know your values. Take a moment to write out what your values are and understand that these are your red lines. If other people do not share these values and don't share them organizationally, you understand you're at an impasse. And number 3, have some structure around having hard conversations that make hard conversations easier. I've spoken at length with team clients and leaders about the importance of clear feedback and protocols for clear feedbacks. And in fact, I even have a 3-part formula for doing this and for even managing a difficult conversation. This makes it easier to set boundaries and also to honor the boundaries and see them through. It's very important for you to choose the discomfort of setting boundaries, hopefully with these 3 things in line, in order for you to set everyone else up for success and, of course, yourself up for success. My grandpa Warren Buffett has a saying, and it's the difference between successful people and really successful people is that the really successful people say no to almost everything. Saying no, drawing a line, knowing your values, understanding how to run a proper protocol in order to enforce your boundaries so that you mean it. These are wonderful things. So here's to you and to your boundaries. If you're ready to expand on all of these, please reach out to us and talk to me about leadership coaching, personally, how we can work on your leadership mindset and on your leadership structure and roadmap ahead. And of course, talk to us about our talks and workshops for your leadership team. I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you so much for watching.